Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the toy table. And as a content creator, I'm always asking myself questions. And one of the questions I ask myself most frequently is, what can I do to make my content better? Whether it be YouTube or in photography. And what I have in this box, I think is pretty awesome. So let's open it up and see what it is. Alright, let's get to it. So, what I have in the box is something that is based off of the discussion that myself and Ryan and Kentpool had about this product. And I figured, hey, one of us needed to take the leap, check it out. So I decided to purchase one. And I'm actually pretty excited for it. But what I have is the Yelangu Auto Dolly. And what this thing basically is, it is a motorized slider. Now, I want to give you a little bit of backstory about some of my tools that I've used and that I currently use. And one of the most common tools that a lot of folks use is a motorized turntable. Now, this one I have here, I have an electric one as well as a battery powered one. This is the battery powered one. I personally like it because there's no cords, nothing like that. We all use cameras, so that's pretty much a common thing. But I also use something called a slider, and that's what this is. This is from Newer. It is a manual slider, and basically what that means is you mount a camera to the plate, unloosen this screw right here, and you slide. Pretty simple. This is actually really cool. It's very fluid. Doesn't take a lot of pressure. You can get some really good panning shots with this device, but it's manual. And we found this product, and what this product basically is, it's motorized. So what it does is basically replaces this with this, but there's another feature to this thing that is really cool. You don't need this to actually use it. It will work on a flat surface. So I tell you what, let's get this thing unboxed and check it out. All right. So basically, this product is around $60, give or take, $5. But we come with an actual micro cord because it does have an internal battery. We have a remote control. We also have an adapter nut, which is really, really cool. Got two different screw types on it, so that'll pretty much let you mount anything to this thing. We got the instruction manual and the product itself. Also, we have an extra O-ring, and we have an Allen wrench, which lets you do the adjustments on it. So let's take a look at the product itself. So this is the product. Again, Yelangu is the name of the company. I got this off Amazon. I'll definitely put a link in the description, so if you want to pick one of these up, you can. But here's the cool thing about it. So it's highly adjustable. So let's do, I'm going to go ahead and loosen the actual housing nuts up. You don't have to. It actually will rotate a little tight, but I want to loosen them up just a hair anyway. Just a smidgen, you know, just a little bit. Alright, so basically we have the wheels themselves. And it actually has degree markers on it, which is really, really cool. And then we actually have the wheel here. The controls on this thing, on the actual housing, we have the on and off switch right here. We also have the USB port to actually plug it in. On the flip side of it, we have a speed control and a direction control on the unit itself. But we also have the remote. Now, here's the thing that makes this thing so cool is, like I said, you don't need a slider to use this. This you can just put on a surface, and we'll do some footage showing this thing actually in action. But let's talk about it first. Is you can actually set these arms and the wheels, sit it down on a flat surface, turn it on, and it actually will pan your camera left and right. How cool is that? I mean, I'm just telling you, that is cool. The as far as the slider functionality, again, the cool thing about it is it actually sits on the slider itself and actually rolls back and forth. And again, I'm going to do some up close footage of this thing in action. I just wanted me and you to talk about this thing because I'm actually really excited about it. Another cool thing about this product is if you bend the arms in like so, right? Now you create an arc. So this thing, this is the drive wheel right here. These actually are just free spinning. This is the actual motor and drive wheel housing. So when you turn this thing on, it's actually going to go like this with your camera. If you rotate them up into the degrees, now it rotates like this. This thing is cool. So if you've got a pop or an action figure or anything like that, hey, sit this thing on your dining room table, your desk, whatever. You've got your pop, turn it on, and you can do an actual 360 degree film of that particular item. So this thing is really cool. So I tell you what, let me go ahead and get the desk set up. We'll come back and we'll show you this thing up close and in action. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the Yelangu Auto Dolly. This thing is so cool looking. Once again, on top we actually have the mounting screw holes for the actual camera mount. We'll get to that in a minute. On this side here, let me flip it over. You actually have the on and off and the USB charging point, which it does come with the included cable. So if we flip it on, now we got some lights. So the lights indicate speed. So if we press the speed button, one single green light is the slowest speed. There's your medium speed and your high speed. This particular button here is direction, left and right. So basically, in a nutshell, this thing is really cool. As I showed you earlier, this is the actual motor assembly and the drive wheel. These wheels here are actually free spinning, so you don't have to worry about those. And also, these O-rings, you can get these at Ace Hardware. So that's really cool. I've already checked this out. They won't be orange, they'll be black, but you can still get them. So, let's look at adjustments. The ears, is what I call them, actually rotate down. And, let me turn this off real quick, rotate up. So you can get some awesome travel, like I showed you earlier. And we'll turn this thing on here in a minute and I'll show it to you. But look at this thing. This thing has a lot of options. So let's think camera. Now, excuse me, with the actual mounting nut here, I also found that this Allen wrench actually is a good little tool to actually tighten this thing up. So let's say, for instance, we're going to put our standard point and shoot camera. I'm going to use my G7X as an example. So mounting hole here. Then you can actually tighten this nut up right there. Then we come over here to the Yelangu and rotate that on, and you can loosen this up now and adjust your camera. And voila, go ahead and turn that bad boy on. Yeah, we don't need that turned on. But there we go. That's a basic setup with what comes with the Dolly. Now, and this will work great. The only problem you have with this, you have no, it's basically linear, it's straight. You have no ability to adjust the camera up or down. That's it. This is what you've got. So here's what I suggest. And you can pick one of these up relatively cheap. Let's get the camera off. Let's go ahead and get this bad boy back off. Is for about 20 bucks you can get a ball head mount. And this is where you're really, I think, going to get the most advantage out of this device. So now you're taking the larger screw, putting that into the actual ball head. Voila. Now this actually will set the camera up a little higher, which is a good thing. And you have some versatility. Let me loosen this back up. Tighten that thread down. And voila. Boom. So now you actually have some versatility to where you can actually adjust your camera. So I'll tell you what, let me get my camera mounted. I'm going to readjust my main camera and we're going to see this thing in action. Alright, so now I've got everything set up the way I personally will be using this device. I have my ball head on top of my Yelangu, and I got my G7X mounted on my actual ball head. So here's the cool thing. I've got it turned on, got my remote, boom. Then if you hit this button, hit it again, now you're going back to my right, or its left. Once again, hit this button right here, stops it, whoops, and goes back. This thing is wickedly cool. Now this is the particular slow setting, but that's okay. Let's hit the plus and minus button. There we go there. That's slow right there. Speed it up a little bit more. And let's bring it back. Go into the slow settings. There's medium. And there's high. Now every time you actually change directions, it will keep your boom. And that's the pause button right there, or stop. But this thing is so cool. I'm telling you, I can't wait. So I'm going to get a pop. We're going to use rocket, and we're going to set this thing up, and I'm going to show you guys some overhead shots of this thing actually rotating. So I will see you in a minute. Alright, so as you can see, I've got my rocket, my Walgreens exclusive rocket that I got from my buddy Kentpool. We're using that for a test subject. I have my Yelangu set up to go in an arcing pattern. I have my ball head mounted to it, and I have my Canon G7X on it as well. So I'll tell you what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what kind of coolness you can get out of this. So we take our little remote and we turn it on, refresh it, boom. Now as this comes into frame, you'll be able to see the pop in the screen of my G7X. This thing is so cool. It will take your video to the next level, or at least give you something really cool to work with. If you're done with that shot, you just hit the bottom left button. Now we're panning back. So now you're getting two shots with one setup, and this is going to let you have a lot of opportunities to be very creative. But this is the outer arc. I'm going to set it up here in a minute. I'll probably take the ball head off and we'll do a straight across shot. But this thing literally will go all the way around the pop. So this thing is cool, guys. It's cool. We're going to take the speed down to a this is the slowest setting right here. So now it's really creeping. So now you're going to get that really slow pan shot. Speed it up again, voila, and we're going to stop it. So I don't know, guys, I'm excited. So let me set things up for a straight across shot, and I'm actually going to take the ball head off, and I'm going to show you that, and I will be right back. Alright, we're back. So I've taken the ball head off of the Yelangu and mounted the camera directly to it. Now, this is one of the problems you're going to have with Funko Pops, especially, is they're only so high. So without the ball head, you're going to be in a fixed plane, is what I was talking about earlier. But you can still get the feel for what this thing's going to look like. So I tell you what, let's get this thing started. So you can see in the screen of my G7X what kind of pan you can get. So I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to take it really down slow. We're actually on the lowest setting right now. We'll bring it back and I'll take it up another setting. Now we're on the medium speed. And we'll take it back and throw it on the fast speed right there. So as you can see, this thing has a lot of potential. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hook my camera up to it, and I'm going to actually show you guys some footage actually with my camera mounted to this thing. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I will tell you this, when you're trying to do circles, it will take some time. To get it perfect, it's a little tricky. Adjusting the ears to where they actually rotate the way you want, not too close, not too far. But to be honest with you, it took me about 5 minutes, but I think I've got a pretty good thing here. So we're going to do Rocket. I'm actually going to start on my left hand side, which is Rocket's right hand side, and we're just going to pan, and we're going to see what happens. So I want you guys to see, this is actually the fastest setting right here, and I'm telling you right now, this is so cool. I mean, look at this shot. Alright, so I mean, this is cool. Again, I'm got my ball head on, shooting a more downward shot. If you actually put the camera flat, lift it to pop up a little bit, you can do a really cool left and right shot. But let's take it back around. And then what I'm going to do, we're going to do a couple of these passes. Again, this is the fastest setting. When I bring it back around, I want to take it down to the slowest setting. Alright, this is the actual slowest setting, and this thing is pretty cool. So once it gets about halfway, I'm actually just going to show you guys a full pass on the slowest setting. We'll bring it back and I'll throw it on the middle setting. But look at this shot. This is cool. Now you could get the same shot on a turntable, but now you got to lift your camera up and you got to have a turntable. But the cool thing about this thing is it actually will fit in your pocket. So we're going to bring it back. This is the second fastest, the medium speed. But I am thoroughly impressed with this, guys. This was a good purchase. A very good purchase. I'm just going to stop it right there. But yeah, I'm impressed. I am impressed with this product. So I tell you what, I'm going to break everything down. We're going to head back to the toy table and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so I was heading back to the toy table and I realized I hadn't put this on my slider yet. And I also wanted to tell you, you don't need to buy a slider. Now this particular slider from Newer is like 30 bucks. But you can go to Lowe's and buy some PVC pipe and it will do the same thing. But let me show you what this thing looks like with the slider on it. This is so cool. And again, this is the fastest setting, and it just basically rides on top of the rails. The beauty of this is you can take PVC pipe and actually put it on the ground, outside, inside on your carpet, whatever. But guys, I'm telling you, this is a cool product. But I'm going to actually throw my camera on the dolly and grab some shots of that, and then we will head back to the toy table. So I will see you in a bit. Alright, so now I've got this thing set up on my slider, and we're going to do a panning shot from my left to right. And this is a shot you see a lot with YouTubers, films, TV, everything. But this thing is really, really cool. Again, this is the fastest speed setting here. But, I mean, look how cool this shot looks, guys. We're just going straight in and straight off to a fade. And, I mean, it just does not get any better than this. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, it's just cool. It is so cool. We're going to stop it right there, dead center. Voila. So, now we're going back to the toy table, and I will give you my final thoughts on the Yelangu Auto Dolly. See you in a bit. Alright, so final thoughts. Do I think the Yelangu Auto Dolly was a good purchase? No. I think it was a great purchase. This is literally the best 60 bucks I've spent in 2 years. 2 years, people. The things that you can do with this are insane. You're only limited by your creativity. That's all you're limited by. Another cool feature of this thing, when you're done, that's how much space it takes up. Literally, you can put this in your backpack, camera bag, whatever. It travels with you. I will tell you this. If you buy this, if you don't have a ball head, go ahead and spend an extra 20 bucks. Buy a ball head. It does not have to be a name brand. Does not have to be super expensive. It literally just something to hold your camera. Another thing I failed to mention earlier, and let me just double check, but I think this thing holds, yeah, the max load is 3 kilograms, which 3 kilograms, sorry, I can't convert that quick, but we're going to look it up. That's right. But I do know that it's definitely strong enough to hold most DSLRs. So, let's see here. There we go. 3 kilograms to pound. 6.6 pounds. You can put 6 pounds on this thing and it'll work. My Canon 7D Mark II with battery grip, I could throw on this thing and it will work. So, but for point and shoot cameras, cell phones, this thing's perfect for cell phones. Oh my goodness, I can't even comprehend what I can do this thing with my cell phone. I've actually got a cell phone mount, so I'm actually putting this, I'm putting the ball head, I'm putting my cell phone mount all in one bag. That way it's all one unit, and I can throw it into my backpack, take it with me anywhere I go. But yeah, that's it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed this product, the review of this product, the Yelangu Auto Dolly. It's just so cool. It's so cool. And I do know this is a long video, and I do apologize for that, but I think it's worth it. Sometimes you got to do a long video to really show a product, and this right here is cool. This is cool. I can't wait to use this thing more and more and more. But that's going to be it for this review video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the review. Let me know what you think about the product. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do. And if you are subscribed to my channel, make sure you got the notifications turned on. That way you'll know when I drop the next video. But until next time, guys, I'm Greg. This is the toy table. I will see you later.